Hey YouTubers, if you're kind of like me, you're always looking for the quick fix. I got a stuck steering cable. It's not solid stuck, it's just hard to turn. On this boat I picked up not too long ago, and doing some research on YouTube, looking for the easy way out. Found a guy that was running some lube through his cable. Said you didn't have to take it off the boat, and so I thought I'd give it a try. Here we go. Stay tuned. Hey YouTubers, here's what's left of Sally. Hitting the Gulf Coast today, so hope those people are going to be okay. Expecting some big floodwaters, but figure while we got some rain and some bad weather, my cable's been real stiff in steering the boat. I just picked up this boat not too long ago, so it's new to me. So what really needs to happen is that pivot tube needs to be cleaned out. But I don't have enough room. That cable's too stiff. I don't have enough room to pull that cable out. I mean, I think I'm going to be in, or thought I was going to get into some bigger issues, possibly bending something. Anyway, that's usually the way my day goes. I'm usually one broken bolt away from taking something to the shop. Anyway, got on YouTube, started looking around, trying to figure out how to do this. This ain't my idea, but some guy, can't remember his name. I'll try to put it in the comments later. But he showed how he just hooked up of course he had the cable out, but he showed how he just hooked up a fixture to this thing and blew some grease and oil. He mixed up a concoction of some type of oil and grease and anyway shot it into here. So I thought, well, let me give that a try. So what I did, I'll show you what I did. I went to the hardware store and coupled some pieces together. Anyway, I started out cleaning this thing. I bought some of this, and I recommend this stuff. This CRC cleaner degreaser first. So I thought I'd clean it. So hooked everything up, hooked the compressor up, started blowing that solution through this pivot tube, and I marked it on my steering column right here to show me how far I could turn, because my hose is kind of, my travel is kind of limited once I put that concoction on there. So anyway, I started blowing that solution through there, working the steering back and forth. And like I said, I get up to the dock and this was literally just a pull, I mean a hard pull, trying to get this thing to move. So I started pumping the solution through and moving this, and it started getting looser and looser and looser. And now, look at this. I thought, oh my gosh, I might have broke something. All right, just by blowing that solution through there. But I heard the air coming up all the way through here. So I opened my compartment down here and threw a rag down there, continued to blow. Sure enough, I started getting crud out from up here as well. So with that said, just running the cleaner through here has freed this cable up where I can turn it with a finger. Now it's going to be a little bit stiffer once I hook the steering arm back up onto the motor, but I literally had to stop and take my fitting off to check this, and it is not, it's working. I mean, as smooth as silk. So let me show you my contraption that I put together. I went to Ace, told the guy, I said, I need to get from here to here with a ball valve. And the guy was no help. He just took me over to the air supply stuff, and he's like, yeah, I don't think we got it. So I went down to plumbing. I had to go from galvanized to brass to PVC. I mean, I was literally 30 minutes in the store trying to find all these little pieces. Home Depot or Lowe's may have it, probably be cheaper. That's probably where I should have went. But the main reason I went to Ace is because they carried that product, and they got the grease as well, and I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, it's just, you know, air chuck, reducer, check valve to the hose clamps, and then just clamp this on. And as you can see, I don't have a long throw here, and as I was working it, pumping it through, it freed up. So this works, dude. You don't have to pull that pivot tube out to free that up. But what I'm going to do probably every year, being down here in Central Florida, I'm probably going to do this about once a year just to keep that crud flushed out of that pivot tube. But anyway, I'm going to get my contraption hooked back up here and start pumping some grease into this thing, and we'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, so we got it all cleaned out using the CRC cleaning product. I'm going to try this CRC marine grease. I've got the other type as well, the white lithium grease. I might try that. But anyway, just wanted to show you my setup that I got. Basically just a connector for the air compressor, reducer down, going to this ball valve. Like I said, I was scrambling trying to find parts, had to convert it over to PVC. It's not taking a whole lot of pressure. And then hooked it up to this high pressure hose. I recommend something that can at least take, you know, maybe up to 100 psi. I'm running about 60 psi through here getting this done. But anyway, just clamp it down real. And then what I do, just to kind of help the process along, as I loosen up the nut on this side, just so that I'm not trying to, you know, give it some pressure so that the grease can come on through. But anyway, let me get, what I do is I just take my, what I did is I just took my solvent, made sure the valve was open, and when you put this together, you know, make sure that you got this turned in an orientation where you can turn it on and off if, you know, if you got it. I had mine turned just a little bit that way, but like I said, it's not real tight. You can just kind of hand tighten some of this stuff where you can still kind of move it if you have to. But just kind of make sure that that'll turn. And then what I do is I just spray it right down in here, get this good and full, and then I go ahead and turn this off and hook my hairline up, so I've got a charge on it. So then when I first turn that on, I get a good shot in there, and then I just let it run. Just let the air run. Keep it plugged up to the compressor, and I'm just going to leave this thing running for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. Keep shutting it off and pumping grease down in there and turn it back on. But you saw, after I cleaned it, this steering mechanism is just, it's one finger turning right now. But anyway, let me get the grease pumped down in there. I'll get this turned on and be right back. I think I pumped about a half a can of that grease in there. Blew it out till I had a pretty good seepage coming out over here. I've since wiped a lot of it off, but there's a little bit. I got it through the pivot tube fairly well. I feel confident. So I'm going to clean all this up and bolt it all back together. I think you guys know how that plays. Put all this back together, and then it'll be the moment of truth. We'll go up there and I'll let you guys experience the turning. But right now it's man, it is slipperier than butter. I'll be right back. All right, YouTubers, moment of truth. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys, one finger turning. Oh, I wish I could turn my camera around. I'm doing one finger. This has been almost a two-hand operation. Let me turn my camera around. This has been I mean, A 12-year-old kid, it would have taken 2 hands to turn the steering wheel. This is 1 finger. Oh, there's my neighbor. Alright guys, I just wanted to recap. I got everything done, everything cleaned up, put away. Just wanted to recap and give you the specifics. So started with this cleaning solution, getting everything cleaned out, ran that through about 3 times. Then I pumped in some of this stuff. Now I did make a note in the video, this can does not come with this type of spray nozzle, but they do interchange. So what I did is I just popped that off, put it over here so that I could squirt it right down in the air chuck. Made it a whole lot easier. So pumped this through about 3 times, and then finished up with some of this white lithium grease. I know it's probably an overkill, or you know, you guys tell me what you think's best in the comments, you know, here or here, but I just kind of like the white lithium grease. Pumped a lot of that till it started coming out on the other side of the pivot tube. And then just another detailed shot here of the contraption. You know, start with the air chuck, reducer, coupler, ball valve, another coupler. I put a 90 in here. It just made it a whole lot easier. You know, having this hooked up to the pivot tube, and then opening that valve, pumping the solutions and lube down into here, turning the valve off, hooking the air up, and then turning that on. So I got an initial 60 psi, and you could hear it just thump, pop right into the pivot tube. But I am very happy when a plane comes together, as they used to say, and this stuff works. So I would highly recommend probably doing this once a year if you're in a salty environment like I am. Like I said, I'm going to make this part of my annual maintenance program. So I just spent maybe a couple hours this afternoon just pumping this through. Everything worked fine. Yep, so leave comments in the comment section. Thanks.